Hi y'all, welcome back to GroFit with Tammy. On today's video session, we're going to stretch out our body, limber our muscles and tone, as well as I want to focus in on our mental health. I know I have woken up this morning needing something extra. All this political talk and COVID lockdown and putting on a mask every day, it can really start to wear on you. We're going to use this time to open up, to calm ourselves, and to focus on the things that we are in control of and the things that we can do. So I brought you out here with me to listen to the waves, to see the calming skies, and let's focus on the things that we can control and the things that we can do for ourselves and our well-being today. You ready? We're going to begin today's session in a standing position, so go ahead and grab your mat and get yourself ready. And as you're doing that, remember to hit the subscribe button because I'm releasing these videos to you every Thursday. Let us begin standing on our mats, feet hip-width apart, palms facing forward. We're going to inhale and exhale through our nose. Inhale, filling your lungs. Exhale. Inhale, lengthening and stretching the crown of your head to the top of the ceiling. Exhaling, feeling all the air go out of your lungs, pressing your abdomen back against your spine. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Begin to be aware of your body, aware of where your head is positioned, relaxing your neck. You can raise your shoulders, roll them up towards your ears, back, and let them fall down to your sides. Let's just stay here for about 5 more breaths. Feel the air filling your lungs and then exiting again. As you inhale and exhale, just feel yourself filling with all the positivity you need, all the goodness that you can absorb. And exhale all the negative thoughts that have been tying themselves to you. On your next inhale, raise both hands up above your head. Exhale your right palm down, left arm up, extended, and we're going to fold over to the right side. Lengthening through your fingertips, feeling your feet push down against your mat, pressing into the floor. You can push your hips out to the left side, folding further each time. Give it a really good stretch. On your inhale, open up towards the ceiling, opening your heart. We want to open our shoulders. Good. Now let's inhale both arms up again and exhale your left palm down to your side and reach over with your right hand. Again, lengthening and opening towards the ceiling, pushing your right hip out to the side. Relax your bottom shoulder. We're opening and lengthening, letting gravity pull us down. Next inhale, both arms up and just lengthen. You can even come up to your tiptoes here, a little balancing. Good stretch. And with this one, we're going to hinge at our hips and fold forward. So again, your feet are hip width apart, keeping your arms near your ears. We're going to begin to fold forward. Now, wherever you're at is fine with this. If your hands can reach the floor, go ahead and touch the floor. If you're having a hard time getting down there, you can bend your knees. This is perfectly fine. I do this to begin my stretches. Bend your knees and allow your chest to come towards the top of your thighs. To give gravity a little help, why don't you go ahead and put your hands on the insides of your elbows. And as we dangle, you can lengthen from side to side a bit. Wiggle your head around. You can nod yes and no. And then let's just begin to deepen our breath here. And as your body lengthens, you can start to straighten your knees a little at a time. If you don't have that flexibility today, that's quite all right. Yoga is very individual to where your body is and what your needs are that day, that time on the mat. We're not competing with anyone around us. It's just you and your body taking care of yourself. Okay, if you had your arms folded, go ahead and release them. And now we're going to turn and we're going to go into a downward dog position. I'm going to place my hands shoulder width apart. And then an inverted V, I'm going to open my feet, also hip width apart. And then I'm going to push back away from the palms of my hands, lengthening the backs of my calves and my thighs. And you see my heels are up. You can go up, tiptoe, push back from your hands, and then lower. And then we can walk it out, one heel down at a time. You could do this at whatever pace you need, just don't go too fast. We want to stay calm. And just very gently, we're lengthening these muscles and giving them a good stretch. When you first start to do this pose, it does not feel relaxing. But as you work with it, in our yoga sessions, it becomes a resting pose. So that's something to look forward to. And as you do this more and more, your heels will go lower and lower to the ground. Good. Our next position, we're going to go to tabletop. So go ahead and drop your knees down to your mat and steady, controlled movements. Now we're going to place the palms of our hands below our shoulders. Our knees hip width apart. And I have my toes tucked under, but if it's more comfortable for you, you can flatten out your feet as well. From this position, we're going to do some circle eights. So using your head to lead you and guide you, begin to go in a clockwise position and then let your hips go back and follow with you. So I'm leading with my head as I inhale, coming back around, exhaling and moving backward, pushing back on my palms again. And you can make this very fluid. You can feel your arms pushing against the mat. Inhaling as you go forward. Exhaling as we go back. And let's reverse that. So now lead with your head counterclockwise. As we circle around, your hips will just naturally follow. Don't focus too much on that. We want to relax. I don't want you to feel like you're doing anything wrong. This is your time, just for you. When I'm doing this at home, there might be a dog running past, things to distract me. That's quite all right. Just go back to your breathing. Now we're going to do some cat-cow stretches. So if you remember this one from the last video, I introduced it. We're going to pull our head through our shoulders, looking up, and allowing your spine to sag down as you inhale. And for the exhale, you're going to do a cat pose where you go back and round your torso, round your spine, and push against the mat, pushing away, opening up your shoulders. Inhale, let's drop down, looking up to the sky. Exhale, pushing against the mat and rounding your spine. Go ahead and do 3 more like this. Last one. Very good. For our next position, it's called baby pigeon. So staying on your hands, what I'm going to have you do is bring your right knee forward, and if you can, bring your heel towards the left. And as you can see, I'm extending my left leg back. We're going to open up our hips a bit here. Wherever you are in here is fine. I want you to try to relax and focus on your breathing. Our bodies are all different, and if you haven't done this pose before, this can be quite challenging. So this is the baby version, where you push up against the mat, and again, you're opening and lengthening your chest. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears, and then just begin to lengthen and stretch your left hip and your left foot back to open up underneath you. If you're able to go deeper, remember, just control your breathing while we do this. You can come down to the mat. You can either stay here on your elbows, again, try to put them under your shoulders, and then you can remain here. I can feel a deeper stretch now. And then when you're ready and time, you can come down and either put your forehead on your hands, or if you have a yoga block, you could put your hands on a yoga block, and then allow your chest to open even more. Put your hands at either side in front of you. And then as you hold this, you'll really feel it start to lengthen and pull. Now, we don't want to have any sharp pains here. So if at any point it becomes too much, you can lightly come out of the pose a bit to where it does feel comfortable for you. And then just focus on your breathing. And allow your muscles to slowly just lengthen and relax. Okay, very good. Now, using your palms to come out of it, place them below your shoulders and push up. And then to go into the next side, we're going to bring our right knee back under ourselves and then pull the left knee forward and through. Again, you can see here, I'm starting to lengthen with my right foot, going back to open up between my hips, my pelvic floor. Now that we're in baby pigeon on the left side, I want you again to push away from the palms of your hands, pushing the mat, lengthening from the crown of your head. Drop your shoulders down and begin your breathing, lengthening your breath, your inhale and your exhale. Let your mind go to the places of your body that are feeling great right now. And then as you get to the points that feel some tension, that are giving you some resistance, I want you to focus your breath there as well. And feel those muscles gently pulling and lengthening. If it's comfortable for you, you can come down to your elbows and stay here. Again, lengthening your shoulders and then dropping them down. And then if you'd like to go further, You can cross your palms on your mat and bring your forehead gently to the tops of your hands. Again, always relaxing the parts of the body we're not working and dealing with. Lengthening that back right leg towards the end of your mat. Inhaling, lengthening your spine. And exhaling, folding forward down towards the mat. Lengthening those left muscles in your hips, your thigh, your outer thigh. Two more breaths here. And to come out of this pose, begin to work yourself back up to the palms of your hands, placing them below your shoulders. Lengthen one more time. And with that, you can bring your left knee back to meet the other. How was that? Now we're going to lay down on our mat and squeeze your knees into your chest. So gently roll back. You can interlace your fingers in front of your shins or just place your palms on your knees and squeeze in. We're giving a good counter stretch to the work we were doing. Good. Okay, you can release your hands and put them out to either side, and we're going to do a twist. So inhale and exhale your knees down to the right, and then gently turn your neck so that your face is looking over towards your left palm. And now we're just allowing gravity to help us in this twisting stretch. You can use your right palm if you like to pull down a little further, give a little help. You want to keep your left shoulder down on the mat. So only twist as far as you can keep that balance of your left shoulder down, keeping them relaxed. On your next inhale, let's bring your knees back up. And your head looking forward as well. And now let's exhale our knees down to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder still grounded on the mat. And then turn your face looking over your right palm. Relax your shoulders. Release any tension in your body. Again, if you like, you can use your left palm to gently give a little more pull down to lengthen those legs, lengthen your spine. On your next inhale, let's bring our knees back up, and then one leg at a time, bring your heels stretched out to the end of your mat. Our last pose is called the banana pose, where you're going to walk both heels to the right side, and then placing your left leg over your right. Get comfortable there, and then bring both hands above your head. You can interlock your fingers and then begin to walk just your shoulders, leaving your hips grounded where they are. Stretch over to the right side as well. This pose always looked so easy to me. When I did it, I couldn't believe the extensive stretch that I could get here. So we've gone from a standing stretch And now we're having a lying down side stretch to go a little bit deeper. You'll see as you continue to work the same muscles, they'll lengthen a little bit more over time. Good, let's release the left heel and bring it over to the left side of the mat. And then we'll begin to bring the right ankle and put it over the left. And again, moving your shoulders over. We're gonna become a banana, twisting towards the left. Continue to focus on your breathing. Long inhale, opening up, lengthening, and exhale. As you exhale, push all of the air out. You'll feel that stretch going even deeper. Very good. Now you can begin to release and come back to the center of your mat. Bring your hands down by your sides, about 2 or 3 inches from your hips. Go ahead and let your feet fall out to either side, about the same width of your mat. And then we're going to begin to allow gravity just to realign all the muscles that we've stretched and lengthened, bringing our breathing back to normal. You should wiggle your toes and release them, your ankles, working up to your knees, relaxing your hips, your fingers, elbows, opening your shoulders, letting them fold beneath your spine, away from your ears. Relaxing your brow. You can let your teeth and your jaw unclench, your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. And we'll just remain here for 1 minute. As we inhale, we're just breathing in all the goodness of our intention of our time to relax here together. Breathing out any remaining tensions, letting them fall by the wayside, like they're being lapped up by the waves as they go back out to sea. Begin to bring an awareness back to our fingers and toes. You can give them a little wiggle. And let's have one big inhale where we bring our hands above our heads, point our toes, and exhale through your mouth. Good release there. Let's do it once more. Inhale, and exhale through your mouth. Very good. Now using your hands, bring them back to your sides and begin to push yourself to a position, either to the left side or the right side. Put your hand down on your palm. Have a breath or two here. And then when you're ready, begin to use your palm to push yourself back to a seated position. want to thank you for sharing this time with me. I know that I've released all of those tensions I talked about waking up with this morning, having to walk out my door, put on a mask, feeling the struggle of trying to breathe freely, to relax and pretend everything's normal when clearly things are not at this time. But by taking this time for ourselves, we can recenter, refocus, prioritize our own health so that when we go out, we can give our best selves to our friends and our family, our colleagues, putting our best foot forward, so to speak. Thank you very much for this time on the mat with me today. I hope you go out with peace and love for yourself and for all those around you. Bye, y'all.